Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this. You are standing at the edge of your life's timeline, looking back at all that you've done, all that you've become. What story would you want told about you? Would it be a story of someone who merely survived, someone who drifted with the tides of life? Or would it be the story of someone who lived, someone who dared to make every moment count, someone who became a legend in their own right? Today, I'm not here to talk about living an average life. I'm here to talk about something far greater: how to live a legendary life. The kind of life where you wake up every day feeling alive, purposeful, and driven. The kind of life where you inspire others long after you've gone. And trust me, by the end of this speech, you'll have not only the blueprint, but also the fire to make it happen. So stay with me, because what I'm about to share might just be the most important conversation you'll have with yourself this year. To live a legendary life, you first need to define your own legend. What does that even mean? We live in a world where society and culture often impose certain definitions of success, fame, wealth, power, and recognition. These are the benchmarks that the world seems to celebrate. But if you truly want to live a legendary life, you need to realize that a legend isn't defined by external accolades. It's defined by the internal sense of purpose and fulfillment you create for yourself. A legendary life isn't about fitting into someone else's idea of what's successful. It's about living with intention, about making conscious choices that reflect who you are and what you stand for. Too often we get caught up in chasing someone else's dream. We follow paths that are dictated by external expectations, whether it's societal pressures or the influence of others. We start to live for the approval of others rather than for the fulfillment of our own hearts. But when you define your own legend, everything changes. You stop living by default and begin living with purpose. You don't just go through the motions, you create the story you want to tell. And the beauty of it is that you get to decide what that story looks like. It's not about following the conventional path. It's about being true to yourself and understanding what really matters to you. Living a legendary life means having the courage to live authentically. It means not being afraid to stand up for your values, even if they don't align with the crowd. It means breaking free from the prison of perfection and embracing the idea that you can be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. It's so easy to get distracted by the noise of the world, by the hustle, by the standards of success that seem to be everywhere. But when you take a moment to reflect on your life, you'll see that the things that will matter most to you in the end won't be the awards, the praise, or the external recognition. What will matter is the life you created, the impact you made, and the legacy you left behind. A legendary life is one that grows from within, not from the applause of the outside world. It's about aligning your actions with your deepest desires. It's about taking risks, stepping out of your comfort zone, and realizing that you are the author of your own story. No one else can write it for you. You must own your narrative. What would a legendary version of yourself look like? What would they believe? What risks would they take? What sacrifices would they make to live a life that matters? Start there. Define that legend, and then start living it today. The most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to stop looking for external validation and start validating yourself. When you define your own legend, you create a life that is intrinsically fulfilling. And this is the first step in building something truly legendary, taking full ownership of your path, knowing that you are the one who shapes your journey no matter what. So ask yourself, how do you want to be remembered? What do you want your life to represent? In the end, your legend is not something that is given to you. It is something you create, something that only you can shape. And that, my friend, is the essence of living a legendary life. To live a legendary life, one of the most important things you must learn is how to master your energy. This is often overlooked, but the truth is that your energy is your most valuable asset. It's not your money, your talent, or even your time. It's your energy. Everything you do, everything you create, and everyone you interact with is powered by the energy you bring to the table. If you don't manage and protect that energy, you can't expect to live a life of greatness. Every day we are faced with an array of choices that demand our time and focus. There are moments when we are energized, alive, and ready to take on the world. Then there are days when we feel drained, overwhelmed, and uninspired. This fluctuation is part of being human, but if we're not careful, it can derail our progress and prevent us from living a life that matters. Mastering your energy means being intentional about how you direct it. You can't control everything around you, but you can control how you respond to it. You can't control the demands that are placed on you, but you can control how much energy you allocate to those demands. It's about being conscious of how much energy you're giving to things that don't serve your higher purpose and learning to redirect that energy toward things that do. One of the first steps in mastering your energy is understanding what drains you and what fuels you. Take a moment to reflect on your life. What activities leave you feeling tired and depleted? What people, situations, or environments take more from you than they give back? On the other hand, what makes you feel alive? What situations or people leave you feeling energized and focused? By recognizing these patterns, you begin to see where your energy is being misused or underutilized. It's also important to realize that the energy you bring to your daily life directly affects the quality of everything you do. If you're constantly drained, overwhelmed, or distracted, you'll struggle to produce high-quality work, make meaningful connections, or pursue your goals with passion. But when you intentionally manage your energy, you create space for creativity, productivity, and growth. You start to move through your day with purpose, focus, and vitality. An essential part of mastering your energy is making self-care a priority. This is not a luxury or something to do when you have extra time. It is a necessity. You can't pour from an empty cup. Sleep, exercise, nutrition, and mental relaxation are all critical elements of maintaining your energy. When you take care of your body and mind, you fuel the engine that drives your success. In addition to physical self-care, mental and emotional self-care are equally important. This includes learning how to protect your mental space from negativity, distraction, and unnecessary stress. Cultivating a mindset of positivity and gratitude not only boosts your energy, but also shifts your focus toward what you can control and what's truly important. Finally, mastering your energy means setting boundaries. It means saying no to things that don't align with your purpose, your goals, or your well-being. It means protecting your time, your focus, and your peace of mind. You can't be all things to all people, and that's okay. By protecting your energy, you're investing in your future self, the one who will accomplish great things. When you master your energy, you become a force of nature. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. You direct your energy toward things that matter, and you sustain that energy over time. This is how you build a life that's not only legendary, but also sustainable. To live a legendary life, one of the most essential practices is learning to embrace fear and chase growth. Fear is often seen as something to avoid or overcome, but in reality, fear is a natural and powerful force that plays a crucial role in our personal evolution. If you want to live a life that's truly legendary, you must first learn how to face fear head on, not as an obstacle, but as a guide to what's truly important for your growth. Fear is a signal, a messenger that alerts us to opportunities for growth and transformation. We fear what we don't understand or what feels uncertain. It could be a new career move, a big decision, or simply stepping out of your comfort zone. But here's the thing, everything that's worth achieving, everything that can elevate your life and make it legendary exists on the other side of fear. It's a paradox. Fear is the very thing that holds you back from your greatest potential, but it is also the key that unlocks your personal power. So instead of running from fear or trying to eliminate it, you need to learn how to embrace it. It's not about pretending fear doesn't exist, it's about moving forward despite it. In fact, the most successful people, the ones who create truly legendary lives, don't live without fear. They live with fear, but they choose to act in spite of it. They make the conscious decision to take the leap, to make the tough call, and to push past the resistance that fear creates. Think about some of the most iconic individuals in history, people who have built legacies that continue to inspire others. These are the ones who didn't let fear stop them. Instead, they used fear as fuel. They leaned into the discomfort of the unknown and used that energy to propel themselves toward growth. They understood that fear wasn't an enemy, but a signpost pointing them toward what mattered most. Fear is often linked to the idea of failure, but true growth cannot exist without failure. In fact, failure is not the opposite of success, it is a vital part of success. Every failure, every misstep, and every moment of doubt is a learning opportunity. When you're in the midst of a challenge, it might feel like you're falling short or not making progress, but in reality, you are being shaped. Failure is one of the most powerful catalysts for growth. It teaches you resilience, humility, and the importance of persistence. The people who live legendary lives are not those who avoid failure, but those who learn from it and keep moving forward. Embracing fear means stepping into uncertainty with confidence, knowing that the greatest rewards often come from the most difficult challenges. The legendary life isn't one of comfort, it's one of constant evolution, constant pushing against your limits, and finding new ways to grow and expand. Fear will always be a part of this journey, but if you let it guide you rather than hold you back, it will become one of your greatest allies. Moreover, growth doesn't just happen in big, dramatic moments. It happens in the small, everyday decisions we make. It's about showing up with courage in the face of fear, taking one step at a time, and trusting the process. It's about consistently choosing the path that challenges you rather than the one that keeps you comfortable. To live a legendary life, you must be willing to walk through the fire of fear, to embrace the unknown, and to grow in the face of adversity. When you do this, you create not only the life you desire, but also a life that others will admire and remember, a life that leaves a lasting impact. To live a legendary life, you must commit to pursuing excellence daily. Excellence isn't about perfection, it's about showing up every day with the intention to give your best, to do the work that matters, and to push the boundaries of what you're capable of achieving. Excellence is built on the foundation of consistent effort and a relentless pursuit of improvement. This is not a one-time achievement, it's a lifelong commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. We often hear the phrase, success is a journey, not a destination, but the real question is, how do we make that journey meaningful? It's through the pursuit of excellence. When you make excellence your standard, you transform your life into one of purpose and achievement. Every action, every decision, every moment of effort becomes part of a larger picture, a picture that reflects your true potential and your highest standards. Excellence means never settling for mediocrity, never accepting the easy way out, and always striving for greatness, no matter how small or large the task. In the pursuit of excellence, consistency is key. It's not about taking one giant leap forward and expecting to change overnight. It's about showing up day after day, committed to doing the hard work. Whether you're building a career, working on a personal goal, or improving your skills, progress is often slow and incremental. But when you maintain a consistent focus on excellence, those small daily efforts compound over time, and the results become extraordinary. Excellence doesn't require brilliance in every moment. It requires dedication, hard work, and a willingness to keep going when things get tough. Another crucial aspect of pursuing excellence is being willing to learn and adapt. Excellence isn't static. The pursuit of excellence means being open to feedback, to new ideas, and to changing course when necessary. It means not allowing ego or pride to stand in the way of growth. No one achieves greatness by staying in their comfort zone or refusing to learn from their mistakes. True excellence involves a mindset of constant evolution, of continuously learning from your experiences, honing your craft, and seeking out ways to improve. Excellence also means taking ownership of your work, of your choices, and of your actions. It's about taking pride in what you do, regardless of whether anyone is watching or giving you credit. The legendary life is built on a foundation of self-respect and self-discipline. When you pursue excellence, you take responsibility for your own growth and the quality of your contributions. You don't wait for someone else to motivate you or tell you when it's time to push harder. You set your own standards and hold yourself accountable to them. But pursuing excellence doesn't mean doing it alone. The people you surround yourself with play a vital role in this pursuit. Excellence thrives in environments where individuals are committed to their growth and encourage the same in others. When you surround yourself with like-minded individuals who value excellence, their energy and ambition fuel your own. It becomes a cycle of growth and progress, each person pushing the other to be better, to reach higher, and to give more. Ultimately, pursuing excellence is about aligning your actions with your values. It's about living with integrity, consistency, and a commitment to the things that matter most. It's about knowing that the effort you put into each day has the power to create lasting impact, not only on your own life, but on the lives of those around you. When you pursue excellence, you elevate your own life and inspire others to do the same. That is what it means to live a legendary life, to rise above the ordinary, to create something exceptional, and to leave a legacy that stands as a testament to your commitment to greatness. To live a legendary life, you must prioritize impact over ego. This is a critical shift in perspective because often we are conditioned to focus on personal achievement, status, and recognition. The world encourages us to climb the ladder of success for the sake of outward validation, whether it's accolades, social media followers, or wealth. While these things are not inherently bad, they become problematic when they are the sole focus of our lives. The pursuit of ego-driven success often leads to short-term gratification, but it fails to provide the deeper sense of fulfillment that a legendary life requires. The truth is, a life led by ego can often leave you feeling empty despite all the external markers of success. A legendary life, on the other hand, is one that prioritizes the impact you have on others. It's about focusing on the difference you can make in the world rather than on how much recognition you receive for doing so. When your actions are motivated by the desire to add value, to uplift others, and to create positive change, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life. A legendary life is one where you leave behind a legacy not of awards or recognition, but of people whose lives have been positively influenced by your choices, your actions, and your example. To achieve this, you must be willing to set aside your ego and embrace humility. Humility doesn't mean being self-deprecating or downplaying your strengths. Rather, it's about recognizing that your success is often the result of support from others, timing, opportunity, and sometimes even luck. Humility allows you to appreciate the contributions of others without feeling threatened by their achievements. It enables you to learn from those around you, to share credit where it's due, and to build genuine connections based on mutual respect. In a world that often emphasizes individualism, shifting the focus to impact over ego requires a conscious effort to serve others. This could be as simple as helping someone in need, listening to someone who feels unheard, or mentoring others to succeed. A life centered on impact is not about collecting accolades, but about ensuring that your actions help those around you rise. It's about creating opportunities for others to thrive, knowing that true fulfillment comes from knowing you've made a positive difference. The impact you have extends far beyond what you might see or understand in the moment. When you focus on impact, you plant seeds that may not bloom right away, but over time your influence will grow, touching lives in ways you can't predict. The legendary lives we admire, the great leaders, changemakers, and visionaries didn't set out to build their legacies for the purpose of recognition. They set out to improve the world around them, to contribute in meaningful ways, and to inspire others to do the same. Their ego wasn't the driving force behind their actions, their passion for making a difference was. Living with impact requires a mindset shift. Instead of asking, what can I gain from this ask? What can I give? Ask yourself how you can contribute to the betterment of your community, your family, your workplace, or even the world at large. By putting others first, you create an environment of trust, collaboration, and shared success. You become a beacon of positivity, and people will be drawn to your authenticity, your compassion, and your selflessness. When you shift your focus from ego to impact, your life becomes richer in meaning and purpose. Your actions no longer feel like a means to an end, but rather an expression of your values and your desire to contribute something meaningful to the world. This is what ultimately makes a life legendary, not the pursuit of personal recognition, but the impact you leave on others. To live a legendary life, you must live boldly and leave a legacy. Living boldly means making decisions and taking actions that are not only aligned with your purpose, but also reflect your deepest desires and values. It's about being courageous in the pursuit of your goals, facing challenges head-on, and taking risks that others may shy away from. Living boldly requires stepping outside your comfort zone and embracing the unknown, trusting that your vision and your path are worth the uncertainty and potential hardships. When you live boldly, you embrace the fullness of life. You stop playing it safe, stop hiding behind the fear of failure, and start living with the kind of intensity that makes every day feel alive with possibility. Boldness is the antidote to regret. It's the willingness to try, to fail, to learn, and to keep moving forward. It's about breaking free from the self-imposed limitations that keep you from growing and making an impact. Living boldly means making decisions that stretch you. It's saying yes to opportunities that seem too big or too risky, trusting that the courage to take that first step will lead to greater growth, even if the outcome isn't guaranteed. It's about trusting in your own ability to adapt and learn along the way. When you make bold decisions, you step into the kind of life that can truly be legendary, one that others admire and aspire to emulate. However, boldness alone isn't enough. A legendary life is built on a foundation of leaving a legacy. A legacy is what remains long after you're gone, the impact you've had on others, the lives you've touched, and the difference you've made. A legacy isn't something that happens by accident. It's something that is intentionally built moment by moment, decision by decision. It's about choosing to do things that will not only benefit you in the short term, but will leave a lasting mark on the world. To leave a legacy, you need to think beyond yourself. It's about creating something that outlasts you, a contribution to the world that continues to grow and inspire others long after you're no longer around. Legacy is found in the people you've mentored, the lessons you've shared, the projects you've initiated, and the changes you've made in your community or industry. It's the sum of all the ways you've lived with intention, integrity, and purpose. When you focus on legacy, you begin to shift your mindset from short-term rewards to long-term impact. You stop measuring success by immediate gains or accolades, and instead you measure it by how well you've served others, by how much you've given, and by the lasting change you've created. A legendary life is not one that's concerned with momentary praise. It's one that's committed to creating value and making a difference that will echo through the generations. Living boldly and leaving a legacy go hand in hand. Boldness fuels the actions that create a legacy, and legacy gives meaning to your boldness. When you choose to live with purpose, courage, and intention, you will begin to build something that not only defines your life, but will also inspire others long after you're gone. The most powerful way to live a legendary life is to keep your eyes on the impact you want to have in the world and to boldly take the actions necessary to create that impact. In the end, it's the choices you make today that determine the story people will tell about you tomorrow. What will your story be? What will your legacy look like? A legendary life isn't one where you simply survive or coast through the years. It's one where you choose to live fully, to give your best, and to make the kind of bold decisions that leave a lasting mark on the world around you. By living boldly, you ensure that the impact you make will outlive you, creating a legacy that inspires others to live with the same courage, purpose, and vision.